Well, hey, fellers. Hadn't done a shop update in a while, so I figured to go ahead and cover a few things. Have to excuse the shop. Looks like Oklahoma tornado hit us in January, but it's the way it goes when you're hooked up and busy. You don't have as much time to clean, so I'll show you a few things, what we've been up to, and yeah, nose tickle. Might have the COVID. Anyway. All right, this one's the 68 Firebird. It's actually about ready to go home. All we're doing at this stage is getting the body work about 70–80% there. He's gonna take the car home, go ahead and I think do all the drivetrain, get the wiring in it. We painted the firewall. It's got a brand new front subframe on it, factory replacement style. New gearbox, steering parts. It looks pretty good. This is actually a special color car, and I don't think he's actually going to paint it that color, but factory error, I think big block car. I can't remember. I don't have the engine here, but it's pretty cool. It's going to be real nice. Get the thing done, get it. Once he gets done with what he's got to do, we're going to go ahead and finish painting it. Don't know what the timeline is for that. He doesn't know what color he wants, like on the interior and all that, but it's in pretty good shape. We're about done with all the bodywork paint. We'd hoped to paint the interior parts as well, but he wasn't sure what color he wanted to go with, so we didn't. But this car's had both full quarters, about half of one of the doors, a lot of work. All right, y'all remember this little jewel, this little Ranchero is pretty cool. We had a few issues with this car. The guy really liked this look the car has. Here we see all the welding process we're doing, welding up all the little pinholes that were there for the screws, along with some rather shoddy work on the roof. It was warped real bad. It looked like they installed the screws with a hammer. The paint just chalked real bad, super dirty, faded. As soon as we started scuffing it up, it started bringing some of the red back, which you'll see later in a second when I show the next video clip. The patina was pretty cool. You can see the bare metal, it was pretty rusty. We had to get rid of that, but needed a lot of work. Pretty happy with how it turned out. As you can see here, it's totally different. But it had some rust holes in the hood. Somebody had installed a tonneau cover and had drilled holes, screw holes all the way around this perimeter. All the way down through here, all the way across the tailgate, all the way down that side. And there were some rust holes in the hood, like I said, and just kind of looked bad. Dude loved the patina, so he asked what we could do about trying to keep it. So we welded up all the holes, as you can see, and used to be a whole bunch of them all down right through here on both sides, all the way around. We went ahead and welded them little suckers up, just a little, and then ground it all off. A little bit of mud. The car was real faded, real light colored orange. You kind of see a little bit there where the dealer badge used to go. So it's kind of a challenge to find a good base color. And we had a lot of areas that had major work, so it was quite difficult, but right now what you're seeing is a mix of the real patina and the fake patina. So the old patina is one of those love it or hate it kind of things. This guy loved it. Oh, he also had some big trim pieces right here that we took off, welded the holes up. Big old rust holes. I think there was one here, a couple other spots, but I'm not going to show you what the real patina is and what the fake stuff is. But I think it's turned out pretty good. I mean, we spent quite a bit of time just trying to get it, where it looked right. Didn't have gigantic problems all over the place. It's not perfect, but I think it turned out pretty cool. If you're into patina, that is. We did quite a bit of weathering on it, and we still got to put the front wheels on. This is what he's running on the car. Waiting on a front disc brake 5-lug conversion for this. So right now we got some little bitty 13s, but it's what we've been up to with this one. I think it's pretty sweet. He hasn't seen any pictures of it or anything, so I think he's really gonna like it. It's a fun car. Like I said, it's got the 302 and the automatic. I don't know what gear ratio the rear axle is. Probably like 3 something. But it's a pretty cool machine. Can't wait to get this thing done. It's pretty much there as far as what we're gonna do to it. But tell me what you think about it. You love it, hate it? Like I said, it's a love it or hate it kind of thing with the patina. Let's talk about this Jewel now. It's coming along great. Looking forward to getting this thing running real quick. So where I'm at currently with this one is I'm working on getting most of the underhood area kind of basically ready where I can put the front fenders on and get it all buttoned up, get it to the point it can run and drive. Right now I'm working on the LS wiring harness, rewrapping some of it, rerouting it. These are just temporarily holding it in place. ECM's mounted there. Got to put some more clamps on it. Final routing's not totally nailed down, and a lot of this stuff I'm not done routing. Well, pretty much all of it. But got some ginormous Wilwood brakes, 14-inch brakes, 6-piston calipers. Got the power steering system all hooked up. I still got to run brake lines, fuel lines. Hydraulic clutch assembly, it's in. Got to run the lines for that and bleed them. What else? Really not a whole lot that needs to be done until I can get it to the point it'll run. Here's the other calipers. These things are just massive. Like, I got big hands and it's quite large. It's nearly a foot tall. Anyways, still got to put the radiators in, or the radiator, twin fans. Every single one of these holes in this core support are going to get used. Every hole on there that didn't have a screw for it in the final build is getting the silent treatment. I just like the clean look. Same for the firewall. There's no holes anywhere on here. Firewalls, inner fenders, anything. There's not going to be any empty holes. So that takes a lot of research and planning and fun stuff like that. But so I've put the front sway bar in it. Not really a whole lot. On the interior, just kind of get started on that. I've got the aftermarket AC system installed. This is a vintage air unit. I have the Dakota digital gauges installed in the cluster. And down here, we've got the pedal assemblies in. They've got brand new rubbers. This is the, well, you can't hardly see it, but that's a smart pedal that goes with the LS wiring harness, drive-by-wire setup. It's got we were able to retrofit the correct style pedal assembly to it. Everything's blacked out under there. Most of it's flat black, just to kind of keep everything hidden. You see the hydraulic clutch assembly there. I went ahead and wet sanded and buffed all the dash, the side panels. That right there is what's going in it for seats. There's TMI interiors. The back seat is very similar. They're not buckets, but It's coming right along. The back has same size 14-inch disc brakes with 4 piston calipers. It's like you already know, it's got the Ford 9-inch Detroit Speed shocks. Can't really see real well. This car is still going to be a leaf spring car. It can be upgraded to some other setup later. It does have cowl tracks on it, which is pretty useful with a leaf spring car. Mandatory, I'd say, for anything with any horsepower. But I still haven't done any cut and buff on it. It's really dusty. But you don't really want to do anything other than blowing it off with a, an air nozzle, which I haven't done for a while. It's got 4 good coats of clear in it, so it's going to be pretty stinking easy to get this thing just really nice. It's already really nice. Super dusty, like I said. That's all dust. But you don't want to go rubbing on black paint. She's coming along great. The owner's real happy. I'm real happy with it. The fuel tank is getting narrowed right now at my buddy's TIG welding place. But that's where we're at with this one. Hoping to do a startup on this one in sometime within a month. So you'll obviously get to see that. It's a 525 horse LS. It'll be pretty cool. All right, well, this is where we're at with the Mustang. It's very close to getting painted. The front end is pretty much, engine bay area, it's all pretty much done. Just working right now on a disc brake swap. I typically don't work on stuff in the paint booth, but this one's getting done here just because we don't have space anywhere else. Engine bay came out fantastic. It's more of mostly a stock type restoration. I try not to go too crazy with getting every single imperfection fixed. I just try to get it slightly better than stock, so it's kind of what we shoot for. Steering components are in place, and everything seems sealed. About the only real deviation from stock as far as the appearance is we welded up some of the holes for the factory AC system, just because I don't like the look of it, and the owner didn't either. So those few liberties were taken, but everything else came out real nice. Like I said, the disc brakes. When we're doing our final wet sand, we try to throw a little bit of shine on the primer, like you already know. So you can see imperfections, kind of what it's going to look like when it's actually painted, or a better representation. These little pieces of tape are small marks where there's dry spray or dust in the primer or whatever. This is the back. Shot a little bit of base where these go. I usually paint the caps on, but with probably a 1/4 inch space in between them, so you don't get no metallic variation. If it's solid color, usually don't worry about it, but it's really coming along well. The doors, they've already been painted. Not the outside, just the inside. See, they're wrapped pretty good, but I'll show you what the color is. There. Pretty cool color. Happens to be the same color as a movie Mustang that I can't talk about, or they'll try to take your stuff. Anyways, it's coming out pretty good. Just probably the next time you see this, at least the body shell will be painted along with the doors. So that should pretty much conclude my shop update. Hope you enjoyed it. Here we have the humble beginnings of a really, really cool pickup truck project. This frame is upside down, but I'm currently working on installing Mustang 2 front suspension setup, smoothing out the frame rails and stuff with a little mud. This is going to be a LS powered 1954 Chevy pickup truck. This is about as far down as you can tear one, but it's going to be a cool project. See a whole lot more of this one. I'm thinking about doing like an actual build series with this truck. I don't know yet. We'll find out. This little gem is a 1935 Ford. Don't want to show you too much of it right now. I'm going to use this car in a new like little mini series I'm gonna do that I'll tell you more about later, but I think it'll be a pretty popular little deal. Something I just want to do, kind of a personal thing. But anyways, this car came in for some severe belt alignment problems for the alternator belt. I'll show you some of that. The old setup, I'll put a picture in here, basically had the alternator way up here. The car had a real short bottom pulley, had a short water pump. Basically, when you do that, it puts the alternator, instead of being here, it puts it back here. And obviously, without much room in these headers on it, it was way up here. I'll show you a picture, but we got that corrected. Got some new pulleys on it. It's about $400 in parts, but new brackets. Built one bracket, that black one. Got it out there where it should be, or should have been all along. The car's running a one-wire alternator. But another happy customer there. Car's pretty cool. You'll see more of that shortly. I'm sure you fellas might have noticed at this point I have some weird taste. I love all kinds of weird oddball machines, and look at this one right here. It being a 1966 Triumph 1200 Herald, I believe is what they called it. This car is actually, other than some door fit issues and reproduction parts that the owner couldn't quite get to fit like he wanted, it's really pretty solid. It runs, drives. It's already had a bunch of work done on the bottom. You know, this basically, we've taken it in exactly how it looks. Not sure how far we're gonna go as far as doing the interior or anything else, completion work. That'll probably be based on how happy the guy is with the work we do to it. But I think they're pretty neat little machines. I had a 74 MGB once. Man, that car was fun. Little video motors, engines, I should say. Look at this little thing. Tiny little 4-cylinder. Like, look at the size of my hand. Anyways, it's kind of cool how they're built. Hydraulic brake and clutch. Neat little machine. But we're for sure doing a paint job on it. Gonna get the whole thing kind of squared away. Get some paint on it. Then probably the owner will decide how much farther we do or don't take it. Totally his call, but looking forward to it. Well, it's quitting time. Thanks for joining me for this little tour. Look forward to seeing you next time.